This soap is going to use the ultra-thin horizontal swirls technique that was featured in the Amy Warden Soap Challenge for September 2020. I did not enter the challenge, but I've been seeing videos here on YouTube from people who did. A lot of them have made really beautiful soaps, and it's a method that I decided I had to try. So probably nothing new here, and that, as I say, there are other really good videos of it. I will post links to several of them below, but this is my take on it. This is the recipe I plan to use. It's 4% castor oil, 20% coconut, 20% RSPO sustainable palm oil, 6% shea butter, 30% high oleic sunflower oil, and 20% beef tallow. And then to that I plan to add 4 teaspoons of sugar and 4 teaspoons of sodium lactate, so that's a teaspoon per pound of oils of each of those. And then doing fragrance oil at the 0.7 ounce per pound rate, so that's going to be 80 grams of fragrance oil. For colors, I'm using all colors from Nurture Soap. I'm going to use Lemon Drop, which is a light yellow, as my base batter. And then for the stripes, I'm going to use Yellow Vibrance, Neon Orange Yellow, Neon Red Orange, Red Vibrance, and Blackberry Mica, which is really dark purple. For fragrance, I'm going to use Nature's Garden Black Cherry, which is said not to accelerate or separate, and it only slightly discolors to beige, which should look fine with my color choices. I'm using about 1.5 teaspoons of the pale yellow for my main batter, and then about 1/2 teaspoon of each of the other colors for the stripes, and I have moistened them with about 1 tablespoon of the soft oils that I'm using in the recipe. My oils are at 97 degrees Fahrenheit. My lye water is at 107, so that should be good. This should be I would say, neither a very slow nor a very fast moving recipe. Hopefully it'll hold up as long as I need it to, but not stay too liquid for too long. I have the sugar and sodium lactate in the lye water already. I have not yet added the fragrance oil to anything. That's coming to a nice emulsion now. My ladle holds right at 1/2 cup, so I'm getting about a cup of batter per color here. Of course, there'll be leftover, which I'll add that first colorant back to as my main batter. So this is the Lemon Drop Yellow. It's going to be my background color. will speed up this part of the video so you don't have to watch me stirring all of these the whole time. These are staying very liquid, so I am going to add the fragrance to them now. I'm going to move the camera so you can see better the pouring of this. Well, just in the time it took me to move the camera, these are noticeably thickening. They're at a light trace now, which I think is just about perfect. Hope they don't thicken up too much faster. I'm not going to take time to do a lot of scraping of the containers. I'll scrape that out into a smaller mold later. So I think I'm going to pour these in kind of reverse rainbow colors order. Purple, then red, and then move through the oranges to yellow. I might try for 2 stripes of each, I'm thinking. Just to get most of the colors into most of the bars. That was Blackberry. This is Red Vibrance. It's a little bit lumpy. My base colors are getting thick enough that it's not sinking in very well. Now the red-orange neon. Orange yellow. Definitely some lumps there. It's still pouring though. I think this will turn out okay. I just wish it weren't quite this stiff. finally the yellow vibrance. I don't know if you can see this row in the camera, but I'm pouring it right against the wall. Well, all poured. I've probably got enough left to make a travel bar size or so of soap with what's left. I'll scrape those after I do this. I'm going to use a nursery plant marker to do the actual swirling. And I have never done this before, but we'll just see what happens here. I think I didn't make as many swirls as a lot of people do, so I'm going to go over it again. I like that. I think that's all I'm going to do. It is the next day, and the soap has hardened nicely. It's ready to be unmolded, so I'm going to do that right now. I like the ease of removing soap from a silicone mold like this. The bottom is quite pretty. These are still a little warmer than room temperature and pretty soft, but I think I can get them out of here without damaging them. Yeah, I think that's quite interesting looking. Almost a wood grain, but in sunset colors. Sure I've got this in front of the camera. Yeah, so that's the underside, and the side, top. So here are the tops of the soap. I've not shaved those or done anything to them. They're just as they came out of the mold. These are bottom sides. You can see there's quite a bit of variability there in how much color there is. And then these are sides. The top one in this picture was against the mold wall, and then the two bottom ones were where the separator sheets were pushed down through them. And then these are ends. Again, the top two are where the bar separator pieces of plastic were pushed through, and the bottom two here were against the mold wall. So I'm pretty pleased with the way that turned out. I think it looks kind of like a sunset.